The NHL Combine is a mental war zone. In the halls of Buffalo, teams are ripping up their list and starting over. But today, the debating stops. This is the final consensus board. While the battle for number one is over, the real fight is at number two. One scout calls him the only definitive top six center in the draft. And he just officially jumped. Ivar Stenberg. Is the SHL's most productive prospect actually falling? Cam Robinson pulled 10 NHL organizations to build this top 32. We've got the Jack Hughes clone rising into the top 10, a 6'4" defender sliding down the board, and the definitive consensus list you've been absolutely waiting for. Stenberg versus Malhota. Let's see who the NHL actually likes more right now. So let's dive right into this. Cam Robinson with his consensus, his final consensus 2026 scout poll. We're nearly at the finish line. This week, teams, agents, players, and their families have descended on Buffalo for a whirlwind of meetings, dinners, and physical testing and mental warfare. The NHL Draft Combine has become more than just an opportunity to get accurate measurements and a definitive pull-up count. It's become the fitting room of the NHL, a curtain-off space designed for trying on outfits and seeing if they fit. After a full season of viewings, scouts and executives have seen this class from absolutely every angle. The picture is clearer than it has been at any point this year. Lists have been made, but will continue to be massaged as the final dregs of information filter in and last-minute passionate debates rage on. That's an important distinction to make. While these lists have been provided after all the games have been played, they will not be finalized for some teams until the day of the draft. There is room for movement. Interviews and physical testing results can play a significant role. While this is the first year of this exercise, the divide in rankings feels substantial. The final NHL scout poll reflects that tension. 10 scouts from 10 different organizations submitted the top 32 players from their list. From those 10 lists, 57 players were named. The message from teams is fairly consistent. There's a good level of certainty at the very top. Through the middle, there's real disagreement, and by the back half of the round, boards open up entirely. What follows isn't a projection of what will happen in late June. It's a snapshot of how NHL teams see the class with all the conviction and uncertainty that come with it, weighed and averaged out for your consumption. And to repeat, this is not a mock draft. The midseason consensus board saw Ivar Stenberg take over the top spot from Gavin McKenna by the slimmest of margins, thanks to his then historic SHL pace and dominant World Junior performance. McKenna flipped that script for the final list, taking home 9 first-place votes. He is firmly the top prospect in this class, according to this sample. Despite the near historic showing to finish his season at the World Championships, Stenberg slipped to third, with CALEB MALHOTRA narrowly passing him thanks to a single first-place vote and 4 second-place tallies. On Malhota, one scout shared he's by far the best center in the draft. You're getting the only definitive top 6 center. Stenberg, of course, still has plenty of believers, with 3 teams placing him second and 1 executive sharing he's everything you want from a first-line wing except for the size. We've had a lot of conversations about having him at the top. CARSON, CARELS, and Chase Reed round out the top 5, with both players featuring as the top defense options for different clubs. CARELS was one of the most consistently placed names, with one club ranking him 6th and the other 9 clubs featuring him among their top 5, including a third-place vote. He has everything he needs. One scout shared he could be the best of all the defenders. Viggo Bjork slides up to number 6 and was the only other player besides McKenna, Malhota, and Stenberg to receive a top 2 vote. He's a stud. IQ, skill, size won't matter, an executive shared way back in December. The next 7 slots feature 5 defensemen, with Ethan Belchitz at number 10 and Tynan Lawrence at number 12 sprinkled in. Keaton Verhoeff held the 3rd overall spot in the September and January editions, but slipped to 7th overall to finish the year. While some teams are concerned with his skating and decision-making, others remain very high on the 6'4" right-shot defender. If he stayed in the WHL, he scores 35, and you don't beat him up as much, a scout shared. Verhoeff received 1 third-place vote and 2 fourth-place tallies. he featured among the top 10 on 8 of the 10 boards. Potential riser Wyatt Cullen at number 14 had the widest range of opinions. He didn't receive a single vote in the September top 15. He failed to make the cut on the January top 20. And after a strong and dynamic finish to his season, coupled with an impressive growth spurt, Cullen received 4 top 10 votes, including 1 top 5 vote for this final exercise. Conversely, he was not included on one team's first round list, which dropped him down overall. He's got a little Jack Hughes in him, an NHL scout offered this week when discussing Cullen. 10 of the next 11 slots were given to forwards, with Oscar Hemming at number 15 and Oliver Suvanto at number 16, holding down the final 2 spots in the top half of the first round. Tommy Bleo at number 20 made his debut thanks to an impressive rookie QMJHL campaign that saw him lead all CHL draft eligible Blue Liners in points with 81 in 63 games. A trio of CHL point leaders featured early in the 20s as Nikita Klepov went number 22, JP Hurlbert went number 23, and Liam Ruck went number 24, and had a wide range of opinions. Xavier Villeneuve went number 26, is one of the most interesting names to watch on draft day. The QMJHL defender has his fans in equal numbers, as is his detractors. The offensive inclination is among the best in this year's draft class. The rest of the profile remains a point of debate. Xavier is definitely a big swing on potential and upside. One team shared it's certainly there for him, but he will need to have the right mindset and willingness to learn parts of the game. Has plenty of tools you just can't teach. Towering center Brooks Rogowski at number 32 takes the final spot on the list after showing up on 4 lists, with one team ranking him as high as 22nd. Now, let's take a look at the actual images here. As you can see from the first one, Gavin McKenna, the consensus number 1. Like we said earlier, CALEB Malhotра jumping up 6 spots from the previous poll at number 2 and ahead of Ivar Stenberg by the slightest of margins. As we mentioned, Ivar Stenberg at 3rd, CARSON CARELS at 4th, 5th is Chase Reed, 6th is Viggo Bjork, 7th is Albert Smits, 8th is Keaton Verhoeff, 9th is Daxon Rudolph, 10th is Ethan Belchitz, who moves up 2 spots, and of course Rudolph moves up 5. And of course you see the big drop from Keaton Verhoeff and Albert Smits there. Brian Lynn moves up 2 spots. Tynan Lawrence drops down 7 spots. And then Malt Gustafson moves up 2. Wyatt Cullen was not on the previous list, as we mentioned. Oscar Hemming drops down 4 spots. Oliver Suvanto drops down 7 spots. Elton Hermanson moves up 3. Maddox Desjardins, who was not on the previous one, is in at 18. Adam Novotny drops down 3 spots. Of course, Tommy Bleel was not on the previous one. Same thing with Alexander Command, Klepov. And then Hurlbert at 23 drops down 4. Of course, Liam Ruck was not ranked in the previous one at number 24. And of course, Canuck fans are going to point this out. That is, of course, the Canucks' second first-round pick. And according to this, scouts are saying Canucks could go with Liam Ruck at 24th overall. 25th is Ilya Morozov. Xavier Villeneuve, 26th, drops down 9 spots. Marcus Nordmark was not ranked in the previous one. Same thing with Mathis Preston at 28. Juho Piperinen drops down 11 spots to 29. Igor Shilov, who was not ranked in the last one, at 30. Gleb Pugachev, not ranked at 31. Brooks Rogowski at 32. He also was not ranked. Then at 33, you have Marcus Ruck. Of course, again, Canuck fans, take a look at that one. That is, of course, we know the Canucks' first pick in the second round. Of course, we all know they originally had the 32nd pick, but then the NHL decided to give Ottawa their pick back, and we dropped down to 33rd. So we still get to pick first in the second round. And according to this, scouts are saying, or the consensus is, it's going to be Marcus Ruck. So the Canucks are going to land with Stenberg and then the 2 Ruck twins, according to this poll. So, but I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section down below your guys' thoughts on this, particularly with CALEB Malhotra moving up to the 2nd spot and ahead of Ivar Stenberg, obviously jumping up 6 spots. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts on this. Honestly, all the mock drafts I've seen, all the rankings I've seen, this is the first time I've seen CALEB Malhotра above Ivar Stenberg. Obviously, we've seen, Stenberg drop down to 3, Chase Reed at 2nd, Malhotра at 4th, but we have never seen Malhotра ahead of Ivar Stenberg. So this is a little crazy and a little mind-blowing, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And of course, if you guys enjoyed this video, on your way out, you can hit that like button and subscribe to the Line Change for more Canucks and draft related content. We've got lots of draft related content coming out throughout the rest of the week and going into the actual draft itself. You can also become a member of the Line Change to receive exclusive perks, members only videos, behind the scenes, and early access to videos like this one. Just hit that join button. And before I sign off, I have an important message from our friends over at DraftKings. It all comes down to this: a best of 7 battle, and DraftKings has you covered every step of the way. The DraftKings Sports app is now available in all 50 states and includes all markets. Sweat every shift of the series all in one place with one app. New DraftKings customers sign up with code THPN, spend $5 to get $200 in rewards within 21 days. That's code THPN in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Bet with DK Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-MY-RESET. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, that text pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Void in Ontario. Event contract trading with DraftKings predictions involves risk of loss. Sportsbook bonus bets expire in 7 days. $50 in predictions dollars issued weekly for 3 weeks expire in 1 year. Redeem one non-withdrawable reward. Availability varies. Predictions offer void in New York. Ends June 28. Terms at dkng.co/audio.
Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.